My kids love them, from the eldest to my youngest. These books are gonna be, I don't know how I'm gonna pass these books on to my kids. Every one of my kids and my grandkids need these books. Hey friends, Sarah here. Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to share with you 5 books that has helped to shape my homeschool journey and life, and definitely is like life-changing for my kids. Books that I think that parents treasure as well as kids treasure, and they're just wholesome books to have in your book collection if you're a homeschooling family. If you guys haven't noticed, we are big readers in our family. This is like 1/5 of probably like our bookshelves. We have a lot of books, but that said, we are still very selective of what we bring into our home. And so at the same token, I want to kind of give you guys a little glimpse. And if you guys are curious and want to see more as to some of the books that my kids absolutely love and are have enjoyed throughout their years in homeschooling, definitely leave your request down below. And yeah, so let's get into it. So one of the first books that I have to say that I absolutely love is the Jolly Phonics. Honestly, it kind of brings me back to my childhood in a sense, where I learned how to read from these simple little paper books that had simple words. They weren't fancy, they weren't necessarily cute, but I remember them vividly, and that is how I learned how to, through repetitive simple words, that's how I learned how to read. I think most kids do. I love the book because it does group the phonic letters together. So this is group 1 words, and it goes through basic words like sit, pan, tip, sat, in. Features all of like the trickiness in reading, like the Q and the U and the sounds that they make, and the A and the I and the Y and the E and the A, etc., etc. And it provides a lot of like reading and examples for the child to read in each of those like letter groups, and I really love it. I found that this book it wasn't expensive. I just bought it at a local homeschooling store, which has since closed down. But if I can find this, like, I want to point out any of the books or the items that I see on here, I will be linking them to my Amazon if you guys are curious and you want to go and check it out. But that said, this should be available on there. It wasn't very expensive. I don't think it would be today, but it's really, really good in teaching your kids how to read, because I just love how it goes through the sequence and the sequencing, and the just goes through like the tricky aspects of reading. I really wanted to save this book for last because honestly, it's more like a treasure. I wanted to save the best for last in a sense. It's this Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I want to first say, okay, perhaps it's a stretch in terms of saying that they're easy lessons, but in terms of teaching your child to read, it is a great book for that. It features step-by-step letters and activities, has your child participates, put their hand on the line and pronounce the letter. For instance, it has the E and it has the line above it. It indicates that it's supposed to say E. The child would put their hand on the ballpoint and say E as they travel across the line. Can you even see what I'm doing? So the child would put their hand on the ballpoint and say E as they travel across the line, just to help them make the sound and to, know when the E says E versus when it says E. On a whole, it kind of starts off slow, and it definitely walks its way through to where your child is actually in steps where they're reading actual words. So yeah, overall, this is a really, really great book. I haven't even, you can see where I got in this book so far. I'm at page 171. By the time I got to page 71, my daughter fully learned how to read. And just like my firstborn, she is now reading chapter books like this thick. I will film her for you guys so you guys can see her, but that is where she's at. So I didn't even finish the whole book. I mean, I could have probably went on, and I probably should, because there's always lots to learn. So I'm still going to be probably incorporating this into my morning basket. I'm going to put that in it just so she can continue this, even though I know she knows how to read. She hasn't been having any struggles in any way, shape, or form when it comes to reading. That's how important this book is to me. So now we're at a stage where I'm starting to read it with my son, and so is my husband, and our son is he's going to be turning 3, but he is also going through this, which is really, really crazy. But he also knows, he already knows about 40 sight words. So he is reading in one aspect, but not really, because we want him to be able to read phonetically. When he sees words, identify them for what it is, not just based on memorization, though he's got a great memory. So very, very good book. This is what I purchased this on Amazon, so I will definitely link this down below for you guys to check out. Great book, guys. Like I said, I don't want to give the misconception about it being easy, because it's not that it's difficult. The book is really well laid out. It's really organized. It tells you what to do and how to teach your kids, so that part's there. But I'm just saying, in terms of easy, not every child is going to be wanting to sit down and read, especially when they see all those words. So it may take time in terms of getting them to want to do it. But when you get them there, this book is like, it's going to be a game changer. And once they start reading the cute little, let me remind myself, is it funny? Was it funny? I think it's just like quirky sayings and cute little, you know, I mean, I think it's gonna be a great addition to your homeschooling. Like, if you don't have it, I just want to know how you taught your child to read, because that is not the way I taught my firstborn how to read. We taught her how to read phonetically, but we came up with our own stuff. Whereas in this is exactly that. It's similar, but just more in depth with more understanding, and just, it's just so useful. So anyways, definitely check that out, guys. So another book that my kids really, really loved, and we do too, is The Way Things Work. If you've got a kid that is curious about just the way anything works, this book is going to be a phenomenal one. It says that The Way Things Work, it's a comprehensive, instructive, and entertaining reference book for readers of all ages, from holograms to hovercraft, parachutes to parking meters, a prize-winning author, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, yes, guys, this book is phenomenal. Say, for instance, your child is curious about how clocks work and watches. It teaches you all about gears, and it goes through all of that. This book is going to be also in my morning basket, and I'll explain about what the morning basket represents after, but this is how cool it is. It talks about screws, and it's not just all gears per se, but you know, when it comes to like passenger boats, telescopes, bookbinding, sound and music, woodwind instrument, brass instruments, and it just goes through and teach you like how all of the things, the mechanics behind things, how they work on a whole. It's not just a book that your kid can read to themselves. If they like to learn and they're curious and they want to figure all types of things out, it's one of those books that you can also read to them, and they absolutely will love it. The next book that we absolutely love is The 7 Habits of Happy Kids. We have the other one, we do have the other one as well. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Kids. And yeah, this one is another one in the book, and the kids loved it because it teaches kids like good habits and good lessons, and just, you know, how to manage, good management on a whole. Because I mean, in here was dealing with money as well, of how one just went and spent it all and then they were just left without, and then the other was a saver, and in the end he was able to actually take this one along to the movies with him. It just teaches great lessons that I think every parent would want to teach their kids, and I think it's really cool as well that it has a little parent corner, and it features discussion questions and the step-by-step, which is really, really cool. Like I said, there are other books in this series, and we have the other as well, and the other one is really, really good. So great book, guys. I will, like I said, I will keep these, I will have these linked down below. And then last but not least, I have these books, and I want to know, I really want to know, if you're watching and you have these books, please let me know, okay? I was fortunate enough to come by these books at a garage sale, and they are the biggest gem in life, okay? I'm only showing you a few, but I have the whole collection, and that's like, I don't even know. It's like, I have a whole collection, maybe like 20 books, I don't even know. These books are so good. They are the value of, okay, this one is called The Value of Believing in Yourself. and it's the story of Louis Pasteur. So if you don't know who Louis Pasteur is the man who invented the vaccine for rabies, which is really cool. While he was busy trying to going through his mad scientist phase, like I just say that because when you hear about scientists and they're just frantically trying to figure things out, you just kind of think they're going mad because they won't leave it alone. Thank God he didn't, because he came up with the vaccine for rabies, and it goes through the story of the little boy and what he was doing, and then he got bitten by a dog who just so happened to have rabies, and the boy became very, very ill and was then taken to Louis Pasteur, who basically used his test. It's like a test because he was still testing it out, testing out his new methods or his new vaccine that he came up with that just so happened to be the vaccine that we have today. Anyways, long story short, these books are phenomenal. The next one is like the value of kindness, and it walks through the story in the same way, in a similar fashion, and it always ends with a very, very valuable lesson. Louis Pasteur, obviously the whole point was about him believing himself. That's why it's called this, because he was working away trying to come up with his cure, not knowing if it would work, but he believed he could do it, and that's how we wound up here. And then last but not least, we got the value of friendship. Like I said, I have a whole set of this. They're the value of trust and the value of all the different things. And my kids love them, from the eldest to my youngest. These books are gonna be, I don't know how I'm gonna pass these books on to my kids, because I can only have one. Like every child, every one of my kids and my grandkids need these books. They're just that amazing. And like I said, I found the most amazing gems at garage sales. That's what kind of led me to homeschooling today. Not this book, but the next gem that I found. It was a game changer. I'll feature that in another book haul somewhere down the line, but that's how I got led to homeschooling, is a book that I found at a garage sale that was a game changer for me. I'll be looking to see if these books are on Amazon, but I don't know if they are. These books are ancient, and they're the value tale books. And I don't think I'll be able to find them. See, like I got some at, like I got this one for 99 cents at a Talese, and I got majority of the set at right? I got another one at Talese, but most of my set came from a garage sale. So I've been anytime I run into them, this one is from a garage sale. Anytime I run into them, I pick them up because I absolutely love them. So let me know if I want to know if anyone else out there has them, because I haven't seen or met any other family that has them, but they are just one of those books that I absolutely love. I will not be loaning these ones out anytime soon. They are a treasure of mine, and my kids have taken very good care of them, and I really respect and appreciate that. So yeah, these books for me are everything, and they are books that I will kind of rotate in my morning basket, because they're just books that my kids can just grab and just read and learn. And I'm so grateful that my 5-year-old is such an advanced reader that she's able to just dabble in any of these, and she's gonna take a lot from all of these books. And this is, I guess, that value in reading, right? Anyways, that was it. But I also did bring this one down here too. This is a recent one I just grabbed. I think I don't know where I grabbed this one from, but it's just like a little flip grammar book. It's really, really good. Talks about nouns. Any words that tell you the name of a person, animal, or thing. Nouns are pretty useful. Who are you talking to? It goes, hey, this is a moose, this is Alex, this is Yasmin. Hey, who are you talking to? And if we flip it, hey, Yasmin. Hello. Right, we're talking to Yasmin, and that's a noun. Alley is a noun. Squirrel is a noun. This is another one that I really like. It's just a grammar and punctuation book, and there's just a lot on this book. On a whole, it's just a very colorful book filled with a lot of good gems, just a lot of knowledge, and it's just a fun way. It's got like fun little things that just keeps the kids engaged. So these are some great gems, and I definitely just want to pass it on to you guys, because this homeschooling journey is a blessing, and there's so many resources. I find there's resource galore, so you definitely have to pick and choose, but there are some really, really solid gems out there that can help you along your journey, that can help make life easier, that can make homeschooling fun and entertaining. while your kids learn a ton. So I hope these books can be super helpful to you. I hope you're able to get your hands on a couple of them, even to just add to your library. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for my next homeschooling video. Bye, guys.